When you're just getting started with Cubase, there is, of course, a lot to learn, and at times that initial workflow can feel a little slow. Fortunately, if you can learn some key commands, essentially keyboard shortcuts that you can execute from your computer keyboard, you can get some very easy wins in terms of your workflow speed. Now, Cubase comes with a lot of key commands pre-configured, and there are some obvious starting points. For example, the spacebar toggles playback on and off. F3 can be used to toggle open the mix console and then close it again. If you make an edit to your project, you can use Ctrl-Z or Command-Z, depending on your operating system, to undo that. And to save your project, Control, Command and the S key will allow you to do that. So, key commands, keyboard shortcuts can improve the efficiency with which you work within your Cubase projects, and that's particularly true within the project window itself. So here are 6 personal key command favorites to get you some easy wins in terms of your workflow within the project window. One of the things that you will undoubtedly need to do very regularly in almost any Cubase project you work on is return your cursor position from wherever it is now on the timeline to the start of the project. That would be done using the Go to Project Start command, and that is assigned to a key command by default. You simply hit the comma key on your computer keyboard and the cursor will return to the beginning of bar 1. So a great way to return the playback position to the beginning of your project to initiate playback again with the spacebar. This next key command is actually 2 for the price of 1. It's fast forwarding and fast rewind of the cursor position along the timeline. Now this actually involves pressing 2 keys at the same time, the Shift key and then a second key from the number pad of your computer keyboard. If you don't have a number pad on your keyboard, this is such a useful command. It's well worth going into the key commands dialog, we'll look at that in a second, and reassigning this to a different key combination. But the key combinations are fairly straightforward. Hold the Shift key and the plus key to fast forward the cursor along the timeline. And as you hold the plus key, the cursor will advance forwards. If you hold the Shift key and the minus key, the cursor will fast rewind along the timeline. If you don't have a number pad on your keyboard, up to the Cubase menu, key commands, and from the dialog, if we type in forward to search for the command we're looking for, you can find the entry to the specific command you're interested in this case it's fast forward. You can see I've got it specified as Shift and the plus sign from the number pad. You can simply delete the current assignment and add your own assignment of choice. Our third key command option is also 2 for the price of 1, and it involves the ability to zoom in and out of the project horizontally along the timeline. There is a slider that you can use for that located bottom right of the project window interface. I find this slider really quite challenging to use, and the process is made much easier with the simple use of the H key to zoom in horizontally and the G key located next to it on your computer keyboard to zoom out. Of course, there is a pair of commands that go with the previous key command options that allow you to zoom vertically, and very sensibly these are assigned to exactly the same 2 keys, but you need to apply the Shift key as well. So Shift H zooms in vertically and Shift G zooms out vertically. So a super fast way allowing you to focus in on a particular set of tracks to work on, or zooming out to see all of the tracks within your project. This one and the next one then make a really good combo. If you select a set of clips along your timeline, in this case I've selected some drum parts that span a chorus and a verse section of my project. If you then press the P key, the left and right locators are placed exactly around the selection that you've just made. This is a really quick way of just picking a particular song section, setting the locators around it, and then beginning playback to cycle through that section. Having set the left and right locators around the section of the song that you want to work on, it would be great to then be able to just zoom into that section. Now there is a command for doing that, it's called zoom to locators, but unfortunately by default it doesn't have a key command assigned to it. Of course we can assign a key command to it. We simply need to go to the key commands window, search for the command, there it is, click on the field where the key needs to be entered, pick a key by typing it on our computer keyboard. I'm going to use the key O. With that now assigned, if I hit the O key, my horizontal zoom focuses in on the selection between my left and right locators. Let's see those two key commands now as a combo. Select the area that I want to work in. It's this double chorus section, for example, of the song. Hit the P key to set the locators and hit the O key to zoom in to that section of the song ready to start work. Even learning a few examples like the ones we've outlined here can enable you to soon see the benefits of using key commands to speed up your Cubase workflow. Of course, there are dozens and dozens of key command options available in the software, but if you'd like a few suggestions, additional suggestions, there is a free guide down below. You can find a link to it down below, simply called Getting Started with Cubase Key Commands, where I've put together a set of the key commands that I use all the time that I find the most useful. And hopefully that will give you some additional ideas to expand your key command repertoire upon. If you're interested in seeing some additional Cubase resources, Cubase tutorials, a couple of further links that you can follow in the video description below. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, I hope you managed to enjoy getting some music made.